you looked at that game yesterday, you could see that our details were all over the place, from performance metrics, from the way we started the game, to the coordination of the back four, to the marking of set pieces, to defending positioning in that game. Everything was awry, and it wasn't a good sight to behold. I felt like there were too many liberties granted the Republic of Benin that they exploited at our own demise, and we are lucky to come away with a point in that game. That's what I think.
Now, so what do you make of this game? That game, generally, we Benin had about 12 shots in total. They missed a couple of chances before we even equalized. Osimhen equalized. We should have at least been 3 goals down. I was not sure, but I was counting.
Yeah.
But we are lucky that they were missing their chances. But how do you see that game yesterday?
Well, good game for Nigerians, though they didn't consider.
Which good game?
It was a good game.
I disagree. It wasn't a good game, man. Come on.
What is good about that game?
What was your expectation for Nigeria in that match? Are you expecting us to draw or to lose that match? Is that why you're saying a good game for Nigerians?
We expected a win with the hopes. We have see, let's be honest. You say you expect the best, but hope for the worst.
Okay.
Yeah, or hope for the best and expect.
Isn't that pessimistic though?
Now look at it. We hoped for a thrashing, go to Benin, trash them, do all this and all. But what we got. You get is let's say
what you
half is not what you ordered. What we got is not what we ordered, and it was half deserved because after conceding a goal, you go out, you start fighting. That's not what we expected in that game. We expected, like when I said if you're starting a Victor Boniface, you don't need to cross the ball on top. He might not be able to jump. Osimhen might. You cross it. What's it called? Middle, all this tapping, just stretch his leg and tap. He knows how to position himself.
Low
crosses, and if you're going for a higher cross, you play an Osimhen. But if you want to build from the back, you get in someone, Kelechi Iheanacho or perhaps a Boniface. He can also build up play. He has the pace and all of that. But I feel like in that game, they gave the Benin Republic side too much room. They allowed them play their football, and they were catching. What we're doing I think in the first 30 minutes was catching up.
For me, I feel
catch up football. You play your football, we catch up with you. You play, we catch up with you. We're supposed to go there with our A game. Make them play our ball. Make them play the Guadan.
We didn't see that happen.
But we did not see that happen yesterday. And I feel like the result we came out for was not what we expected. But we just have to be happy about it because we would have lost.
We can't be happy about
2-0 or 3-0.
Yes, forget about the fact that we would have lost 2 or 3-0. And yes, even the fact we are even putting it on the table that we are happy with what we got is disappointing for me, and I'm totally livid with the entire setup. When are we going to see a shift in mentality in this country and a shift in tactics in the way we play our game yesterday? There are about 4 charges I have against Austin Eguavoen from the game yesterday, and I just want to take my time and go through them. Number one, did these defenders actually train before this match? Because they are looking like they are total disarray. You look at the first goal we conceded, you look at some of the attempts they had on our defense. How do you let a striker waltz through the back four and have an attempt on our goalkeeper without anybody tracking him up? And then for the second attempt on goal, you played the guy onside, because if we had a straight back line who were cognizant of putting these guys
one goal they scored.
I'm talking attempts that we could have considered. We could have considered 4 or 5 goals yesterday.
Like I said, you also in the first 30 minutes, you're forgetting that you could also have scored many goals. You could also have scored many goals. I know what Eguavoen did yesterday. The shift mentality was not what we expected. When they came the last game, 3-0 thrashing, you saw the mentality. You saw that everybody wanted to get at it. Everybody wanted to score a goal. Everybody wanted to be on top of their game, because it's going to be like we lost to you guys in the World Cup qualifiers. We lose again now. It's going to be a problem for us. So I think they could have gone into this game with the same mentality of, we want to show you people that we are a better side. Forget that Ganatroy is coming to the media to say, because I felt like what they said in the media yesterday, when I was talking about it in the other game, I said they are coming to, I think it was the Libyan game at home. I said these people are coming to fight. They're not actually coming to play football. From the words of not just Ganatroy, the captain of the side said it's going to be a whole lot physical and technical. You should know that they were prepared.
For my concern is, why do we keep going to games to receive the first blow from the opponent before we wake up and counter punch? It's not a good strategy from Nigeria. It's not a good strategy as a team. And then secondly, why do we keep playing this type of football where we struggle to pass the ball from the defense to attack? We keep playing in those long crosses forward. It's as though we bequeath the entire midfield to them, and then we are using long balls to send the ball forward. It's annoying for me. When are we going to see a Nigerian team play out from the back, pass into the midfield, move the ball forward, create chances in pocket space in the attacking side, and then create a goal? Why do we keep playing Victor Boniface and not utilizing him the way they utilize him in Leverkusen? Because these are glaring factors that you cannot just leave unanswered. And then these are why do we then keep playing him up front if we are not going to utilize him the best way possible? How do you keep putting a square peg in a round hole and expect it to work? Because for me, it wasn't working yesterday. And what if Osimhen wasn't around for the bailout? We lose 1-0 or 3-0 yesterday. It's unacceptable for me.
Other person that will score.
It's unacceptable.
I just feel like each team they put up there has a style of play. It was an instruction from the coach. And understand that the more you do your work as a coach to get your team to the winning mentality, it's the same way the other coach. It's like a chess game. I'm thinking what you're thinking. I'm thinking your next move, so I could know what my counter move could be. Not that, and see, for the Super Eagles, I know we'll say what's it called. Austin is not that as fantastic as a coach that he is. He's just one of those people that invited new players were invited yesterday. The defender and the other guy that was newly invited to the side, and one of them has to play. I think the defender guy played.
Oshu?
Yes, Oshu guy, he played. And you feel like the way he played, look at the way he's playing. Everybody will be cautious around him because now this guy is new to the side, doesn't know how we play our football. Let's try and guide him through it. These are new players and I feel like if he had done that more often, we'd have at least got some people that will be fighting for positions by now.
For me, I'm actually disgruntled with the fact that we have to field new players in qualifiers when we need to get the points to qualify.
We have qualified already for the Nations Cup.
Yes.
We are not talking about the way we play. We can't play like this. We are playing the World Cup.
It's the same thing we are saying. Why is an introduction of a new player always ground for us to suffer a setback in a match? Why can't we have the seamless integration of players and still pick maximum points without losing points? And why do we keep fielding these same excuses every time we get a dissatisfying result as in the national team side? For me, these things it's just as though we are stuck in an infinity loop where we keep making the same mistakes over and over and over and over and over again. And for me, it's getting boring for me at this point in time.
Okay, let's talk about Iguavon. He started with 3-4-3 at the back. He started with that formation. First of all, I don't think that we have a business playing with that because it always shows that, for me, it shows that you are defensive. You are trying to play defensive, even though you can convert it sometimes to attack. But sometimes, once you see a 3 at the back, you see 3-5, whatever you want to play. The first thing that will enter your head is that this person wants to play defensive game. That's the first.
Yes.
So I don't know why he's playing with that, but he started with that, changed that. But do you think Iguavon can take Nigeria forward? Or do we need a tactical coach? Because yesterday we were talking about that Nigeria needs a tactical person. Because you have less time. You have a short period of time to train these players.
Yeah. I'm going to give you 2 instances now, and this based on these 2 instances now, we are going to decide and decipher for ourselves right now if we have the right man at the wheel. Number 1, why at this point in time as a nation we do not know if our formation is a 4 at the back or 3 at the back, and why do we keep changing it at whims against opponents rather than maintaining the same template that is working for us? Playing 3 at the back yesterday, seeing is not working out, and then secondly now you play 3 at the back. Managers who play 3 at the back are highly tactical. They can see the game, know when they need to switch it, because we're talking about tactical flexibility. Now, as a core basic coach, right, I feel we are working with a deficit in tactical flexibility, and now you want to now go and implement an advanced system with a national side that is in need of results, 1, with a national side 2 that does not have the right pegs in the right holes to implement this your style. So for me, I feel it's out of place for us to be doing this flexibility thing when we do not have a consistent lineup of players that play together and that can implement this strategy. How do you give somebody calculus to solve when the person has not solved basic further maths? How do you do that?
What do you think now? So do you think that Guavon should stay or we should be looking for another coach?
Normally, now interim manager he be now, he don't stay too long for the job sef. He don't dey overstay abeg. But all the same though, you look at the way he played. See, I won't force their level of tactical flexibility in this game now. You could see that physically, they just lost this game physically because it felt like everybody was trying to avoid injury in this game. If you look at the way even the midfielders were running around, you could see that they were scared of injuries in this game. But the players in this side now has what it takes to be in a tactical flexible team. You get a team that is tactically flexible. The players that is here now have what it takes to be them because you see that I will keep saying this. People say we get now, you know, they see them. Nigeria, if you look at the Super Eagles team, they don't have an out and out left back.
Thank you.
What we have is makeshift. Calvin Bassey, Zaidu Sanusi. Now makeshift all these players.
Sanusi started playing left back.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, now makeshift. They convert them to left back. Just like the way we are telling Calafiori now can play left back. It's a center half. So if I convert it to left back and you do well there, it's automatically your position. If the person that's supposed to play there is not playing well, it's yours to keep, but still makeshift. Calvin Bassey sometimes play as a left back for Fulham, and you see this game makeshift as well.
Another thing to
I feel like when you play the three at the back, your center half comes back because that's his normal position, and he's then the guy on the right, all I know is always forward minded.
He's trying to move forward.
He's always trying to move forward. He's always trying to cut through defenders, so he's up front there. So he's not part of the defense line. But when you're defending, he comes back. That's making it a 4. I think it's just okay to say that this is what the formation is, and you saw like now he's always up there, and he's also in the wing back position. So and you don't need to play another wing back. You get in that lineup, you already have your Calvin Bassey, your Trus Ekong, and the new guy. You have Olai not coming in to defend. That's 4 defenders.
The new guy is Oshu
guy. That's 4 defenders. I don't know I don't call his name because I feel like there are other defenders that could have gotten that spot than he did, but all the same. Now there are 4 defenders. That's including in midfield you have your regular suspects in midfield. That was what you're supposed to play. And in front you have the regular front. I was thinking this game yesterday could have invited both strikers to start. Then you put in a Chukwueze, a Victor Boniface, and you get a Victor Boniface and Osimhen. The 2 Victors will start. Then Chukwueze would start there with them and all that. But I felt like he just went in and was thinking with, let me start this striker now, let me start this striker later. If we're going to play front 3, that is going to be narrow. Senior man supposed to be there.
Sure.
But he no there.
Who is senior man?
Kelechukwu.
He started the game.
It's supposed to
Finish
him.
Finish what? What was he playing in the first half? They have to remove him.
He's supposed to for that narrow front 3. Finish. Because now only I fit track back. Leave the 2 other people in front. Let Osimhen and Boniface start in front of him. Then him will be the person connecting the front 3 and the midfield because he can drop deep and create that chance for other people.
If he's going to play that, he has to play a 4-4-2 where he also plays behind probably.
That is it. Is it the same thing? That's a 4-4-2. Is the same thing as 3-4-3. But the 3 in front now is the Osimhen and Chukwu. Then the 4 in midfield.
Yes, Iheanacho.
No, Iheanacho is already up front in the front 3 with the 2 strikers. You get the 4 in midfield should be the regular midfielders with Olaino completing. Then the 3 at the back is still the same. So that could have finished the game off for him.
Okay, let me some of our content on YouTube. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports, and we are discussing this Nigerian game. Now, this leg we go use go play World Cup. Now, this leg because this is kind of the kind of things we have been playing, the kind of game we are playing that we are still struggling to qualify for the World Cup. This is kind of play we keep losing games and drawing games. Okay, if you look at our let me go to our comments, some of our comments on our YouTube channel. Emmanuel Leo, welcome to the show. He's talking about players almost waiting they do Man U players now, waiting they do Nigerian players. These guys just come for international base to do TikTok videos. They are not interested in playing football. Okay, it's also saying inconsistency is bad.
True that.
They continue like this, and before you know it, will be preparing for Afcon, and they will go there and play nonsense again. You have to start preparing these tournaments now. Okay, if you look at what he's saying here, he's saying that if you look at the
valid points, though.
Sometimes you wonder if they want to really play for Nigeria or they are avoiding injuries. Because if you look at some of our comments here, Drake Media is saying these players are tired. They are scared of tackles and injuries. See, Argentina lost, Brazil drew, France drew also. So if you look at these games yesterday, everybody is afraid. Even people that are faking injury, not even to go to the international. But these games are very important. If you build a team for Nigeria, we have technical players to win this. If you build a, we will win. So what is the problem? I think it's the coach. It's a coach thing.
No, see, rest is so Stephen Keshi, there was something he did with the national team I kind of respected till date. I'll still respect that method. Every month, new break, new set of players. No, though everybody is coming to camp. Everybody, if you're the regular 11, you're the regular 22
You have
is
to
coming
be in camp, sure.
But there are new set of players coming to camp to join these players. And in international friendly games, perhaps some little qualifiers, you're playing against Madagascar, you give these players a starting bet, you give them the opportunity to at least prove themselves. You're starting there, maybe against what's it called, Morocco. You play your senior, your main team. You say, oh no, I can't experiment with these people. These are the people that are next month. I'm having Morocco and Ivory Coast. These people are my starting 11. They will be playing next month. I'm having Uganda and Kenya. Then these people are playing the game. So it's going to be always everybody comes to camp. Then you submit the list for everybody, the players you want to play these softer games. And I think against the Republic should have been your preferred 11. Against Lesotho side, you should have a lesser number. Against Liberia side, you should have a lesser team. Yeah, but I feel like this tiredness thing will continue to hurt us because we have players in this side that play, should I say, lesser leagues. They don't have this 35, like English other top club in Europe. They don't have this 35-man list, and they don't have this 35 games a season. So those players can at least field in the national team and play well.
Okay, that game ended 1-1. That game, I don't understand that game, but they had a whole lot of chances, but they couldn't bury it. I think before Osimhen scored that game, we would have actually gone down maybe 2 goals down before we got that goal. But luckily for us, we got that equalizer, and that game ended 1-1. Okay, I think we need a tactical coach. I think we need a coach that can get the best out of these players because we have a squad, we have the stars. You don't tell me that we have all these players playing for Nigeria and we cannot be able to string up 5 or 6 passes that is sweet. You know, that is this passes that you place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody will now start cheering you. Everyone will cheer you for those passes. Why can't we do that? But now Iguavon is there, so we have to decide. The NFF and the board have to decide if Iguavon is the man to take us forward. But the way I'm seeing it in the games they have coached, we need another tactical coach. Okay, let's move over to other results that happened in Afcon. I'll give you the results of some of them. I will talk about some of them. And Niger. Okay, Niger winning Sudan 4 goals to 0. Madagascar 2, Tunisia 3. Good game. Burkina Faso 0, Senegal 1. I watched some of that game. Burkina Faso was standing top, but later Senegal had to get a
Senegal put them in their place.
Yes, got a goal in that game. Rwanda 0. Libya 1, South Sudan 3, Congo 2, Lesotho 1, Central African Republic 0, Burundi 0, Malawi 0. Algeria and Equatorial Guinea played a 0-0 draw. I like that. Some of these countries are actually doing well. Chad 1 and Sierra Leone 1. Okay, let's talk about the Senegal game because that Senegal game, it was a good game. After the first half, it was 0-0, but in the 83rd minute, Senegal scored the only goal, and that game was won.
Yeah,
Burkina Faso did well, defended well, played physical football.
Our Jackson started
kind of match them blow for blow.
Chelsea fans will come for you, man. Like
he wants to put me there, and I said they'll come for me instead of him. But I didn't say this about your guy. He's the world best striker. Please, you guys should not come for me. But that game should have been won from Senegalese side from first goal up, from the first whistle. I think they kind of allowed them play their game. They kind of allowed the Burkina Faso side play their game first, so they can see how they can hurt them, and they have to put them in their place because when these people start making too much noise, they feel like they've arrived. They feel like they are world star players. So at some point, when the ego is now high, they'll score 1 goal and they'll humble themselves. You see, after that goal, they kind of kept deep. I was thinking that, okay, if we go forward, Senegal will attack us with counter-attack, and they kind of maintain their defensive line and play from there.
Okay, John, what do you make of that game? Senegal are the heavyweights one of the heavyweights of Africa, and that game ended 0-0. I ended 1 goal to them. Senegal scoring the only goal.
Diarra scoring in, was it now the 80-something minute or something? I feel like, this is a game that, I don't know, we say now is down to them qualifying already or what are the indices, because when you play this type of game, this is a game you should be winning 2 or 3 goals up, dominating and then going your way. But we have seen a lot of conservation in Africa. If you look at the games yesterday, we only saw a multiple goal game when we saw that game 3-2 yesterday.
Tunisia and Madagascar.
Yes, we saw a multiple, but the rest of the games either is goalless draw, 1 goal.
Actually, Niger scored 4 against Sudan too. So they tried.
Okay, so kudos to them. But
But you know, when we were seeing the game last night, my friend said, "I'm not sure Madagascar even crossed the midfield line." That was like he said it, and the next thing I saw was a goal. I said, "Bro, they don't cross the line, they score goal."
Okay, let's move on to today's game fixtures in Afcon qualification. Botswana, Mauritania is going to play by 2 p.m. Uganda versus South Africa. Good game. Let's see. Let's hope that we have a whole lot of games in that game. Mozambique versus Mali. Cape Verde versus Egypt. Zambia versus Ivory Coast. Zimbabwe versus Kenya. Eswatini versus Guinea-Bissau. Gambia versus Comoros. Angola versus Ghana.
Big one.
We have to see what our Ghana, but if they lose this one or draw this one, they are out. Gabon versus Morocco. Ethiopia versus for tomorrow game is Ethiopia versus Tanzania, and tomorrow again is Guinea versus DR Congo. Okay, let's talk about maybe the one defending champion Zambia versus Ivory Coast. They are playing today. What is your prediction for that game? What do you think will happen in that game?
I want to take a stand on Ivory Coast winning that game, even though it's going to be close because Zambia are no pushover. So Ivory Coast maybe, yeah, if they wake up, they could win that match.
What do you think will happen in that game?
They will play well.
They will play well.
Who wins it is not my business. After winning Afcon, you want me to say they should win another match? They will play well, but I feel like Zambia has been a team that has woken up in African football in recent years. And they're always kind of defending well. The defense is just something. If you can break the defense, then you can get the result. If you can't break it, it's over.
Okay, let's go back to our YouTube channel and read some of our comments there. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports, and Emmanuel Leo is saying these players make us look like we don't have television and we don't watch them every weekend. Is it not the Iwobi where they shine for Fulham every weekend, or when they return to EPL they will play well? I think everybody. I think things are different. Clubs and countries are doing different.
We said it earlier here. I said it earlier here that some of these players, they play like they were avoiding injuries. And you can see that some of the comments on the YouTube channel as well is saying the same thing. These players feel like they're avoiding injuries.
But then what's the use of bringing these star players to play for the national team and then they go on to play the way they did yesterday? Because if you took away the color of the jerseys, you could have said that Nigerians were the one who scored first and the ones dominating the game, because we were like Republic of Benin yesterday. We no show face.
You were like Lesotho.
So for me, why do we have all this plethora of stars coming into the national team if they are going to give us a half-hearted performance? Why not use that as an opportunity to get the homegrown talents who are going to play with their life on the line to play for you? And then secondly, Austin Eguavoen needs to look at spaces or gaps in our national league where we can have camps where homegrown talents can come camp with the Super Eagles team, train with the Super Eagles team, and then you can pull players from there into games like we saw yesterday. There's no need inviting all these guys if they are just going to come and dodge injury and answer present and go, because it could have gone sideways yesterday.
Okay, let's stay with today's fixtures. Let's get your prediction for Angola and Ghana. Ghana have not done well in this AFCON. I think if they draw this game, they are out of this AFCON. But what do you think will happen in this game?
Losing to Angola. Losing in a stadium they said they've never lost before. And Nigeria went there and lost. So they now have to continue singing their praises in this particular.
Ghana have 2 points after 4 games.
They've lost against Angola in the last week. I think the last edition of the international break. If they continue to lose in this second leg now, it's become a problem for them. And going to Angola is not going to be easy. Yeah. So I'm expecting them to come up with a fight. We know we say like Ghana Jollof and this.
Come up with a fight and lose, or come up with a fight and
win. I want them to win. This is our debate. This is our fight.
What is the pressure for that game?
Ghana win.
You?
I'm going to say draw.
Okay, draw. Okay, before we move over to Europe, probably let me open the phone line for you to give us your thought about the AFCON qualification, especially the Nigerian game. What do you think that we should do in that league? Do you think, the callers started coming in, do you think that Eguavoen should remain as a coach? Because if you look at that game, we know they play anything at all. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Name and location, please. Okay, what do you make of that Nigerian Super Eagles game?
I hope those people that are saying that the Wabo should watch the match yesterday. Wabo is not a coach. He cannot do anything.
At all. It's obvious.
What are you saying? Huh? I don't understand this NFL for whatever they're calling themselves. Look at the type of player they play. And they still give them chance, I think, to be title coach. They give them under 20 coach. He gets 3 jobs in Nigeria now. I don't know what they did for what this man. What the people that are backing this man in this form. They live in Amuneke, the person that will do Nigeria well. Those are the kind of person who don't have anything to do in Nigeria football. They say that. No, what kind of avoid injury? No, avoid injury. You have to give them all. They play the ball as the coach tells them to play. Don't tell me that they can't go avoid injury.
Okay.
I this type of coach, I don't understand.
Okay.
I don't understand this type of coach.
Okay.
That match, they had hard luck yesterday.
Hard luck, very.
Because, I'm telling you the truth. Before Daniel scored goals, they forget 3 goals. Before they score that goal, they score.
All right, thank you very much.
They don't play anything at all. They play anything at all.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, we did not play anything at all. It was obvious. Our tactical play was bad. Our moving forward was bad. Everything about that game, I couldn't even see anything. Imagine if we didn't score that goal. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, gentlemen in the studio.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Name and location, please.
Yes, my name is Onya Vitali, situated at Stafford Bridge.
Okay, what do you make of that Super Eagles game yesterday?
The fact is that with yesterday, no nobody congratulated him. He congratulated himself. He look left, look right, and congratulated himself. Nigeria tried, not easy. One, they knew that they have qualified.
Okay.
And they are scared of injury. They are all professional players. You can't tell me that this Benin Republic where the player cup and all those things come up and down, come win them. No, that's something that led to make sure they don't get injury. I'm telling you, if they government make use most of the home base or those that not playing much, play that match, bench others. But at least they have to wake up for their game because this level you play this game is not good. Because if you use that like enter World Cup or you qualify World Cup,
that's the problem we are saying.
Yes.
It's not about the game, it's about the way we are playing.
And our name is sorry because they should at least know the way to win this match. You see the blunder our keeper do
Wabali, yes.
I'm telling you, even my mama go keep catch that ball.
But this guy don't save us still, so.
Go catch that ball, then to that no complain. But you just leave that ball, enter. We just a small nothing like this, don't enter. It's unfair.
Okay.
And it's not come camp in time. So they should wake up. I know that they tried, but then this guy law we want to tell us that his former Nigeria coach, maybe they will win Nigeria. But I know Nigeria should show the character.
Yeah.
Play them ball well. So Sime do what he's supposed to do as a Sime. And this pattern of the ball with the Sime is good, but they should try. If Sime gets into this upper they cannot fit it into it.
Okay.
Good talk.
And they're supposed to train between the midfield and make sure they attack them properly. Not say from up every time. It's good though, but in case of Osimhen getting injury, that up cannot work.
It cannot work. All right, thank you.
Yes, I'm telling you. You go just
Okay.
Reporting.
You are reporting. Sorry, I cut you off.
Reporting. I don't help you complete now.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you all.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Yeah, this is a Chimosco member representing Jari constituency.
Okay,
Welcome.
what do you make of that Super Eagles game yesterday?
Yeah, first of all, Eagles is a camp, not a family house. Are you hearing me? So any player that is point for your own club side should be given opportunity to represent the country. As far as he's a Nigerian and he's a form. So I don't believe on having one set of 10 sets of players every time. The only player that is a Nigerian is a form for his club side should be opportunity. So I don't buy the idea of bringing a new player when we have a qualifier.
Okay.
As far as the player is the form, he should be representing this country. And for my phone, Guavon is a coach. He should be there and take us to the Nations Cup and the World Cup qualifier. Then after the Nations Cup, we cannot talk about replacing him. Let me tell you, I don't know why you guys are talking about performance of Super Eagles yesterday. I was not surprised. If that yesterday, I told you guys to take my word to the bank and borrow money. Remember I said that yesterday?
Yes.
That match is going to be a 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
And I told you that I wanted I want to start that thing, and that was it. So all my institutions yesterday that match come to pass.
Yes, it came to pass. I can remember.
Yes. So I was not expecting what I saw yesterday was not a surprise to me. Because I know that before that game they have qualified. I know that Benin probably needed that game. If the Republic did not qualify for this Cup, Grenada should be sacked.
Okay.
Because I don't see why he did not defend that one goal. I wanted to score more goals. That was why I considered it. If not, they would have even won that match like that was it to qualify. But right now they're in bad condition right now to draw that point yesterday.
Okay. Thank you very much.
That result yesterday was not surprising to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And my gift, because I played that game correctly yesterday. A lot of people say 5-0, 2-0. I was the only one I predicted 1-1 draw yesterday. I played the correct score. So tell me when I come to the store and collect my gift.
Okay. All right, bye. Actually, you got that prediction. Actually, spot on yesterday. Okay, let's see what is going to be happening with the Nigerian Super Eagles. Let's see if Eguavow is going to be taking us to the Nations Cup, or if they are going to find another technical advisor, or that's what they call him a coach. If you are going to get another coach to come in to take over the Nigerian Super Eagles, but I'm not having a problem with if you have qualified or not. It's the way we play.
Yes.
It's where we play. You know, when we're talking about Ten Hag, I don't want to go there, but when we're talking about Ten Hag, if you see the performance, even if the result is not going your way, but you are seeing the effort, you are seeing the performance. Okay, you see, okay,
week out,
you say, okay, let's give him time. But we cannot keep doing the same thing over and over again, and you are expecting different results. It doesn't make sense. It's insanity. It does not make sense. Okay, keep your calls coming. Let me move over to Europe, because the National League happened yesterday and England played yesterday. That game against Greece is like a revenge. They won that game in Greece. And Athens by 3-0. A lovely game by England. I'll give you some of the results again. That some of the main results. Belgium lost at home to Italy. Italy has been building consistently, and I like that about them. They have been building since they didn't qualify for the World Cup, and they didn't do well in the Euros. They have been building gradually. Let's see how they are going to end. The surprising result yesterday was France drawing against Israel. That game ended 0-0 in France.
On for me too.
So let's see, and another one, Haaland scoring in their 4-1 win against Slovenia. Let's see. Let's talk about the English game, but let's take this call first. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Peter.
Please, can you speak up? I can't hear you. Good morning.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. What is your name and location?
Peter from Enugu.
Okay, what do you make of that Nigerian Super Eagles game yesterday?
Actually, I don't know why Nigeria is doing what would I call NFL, doing this thing to us. I don't know, is it a crime to be a Nigerian fan? I don't understand them. Especially people like, most of Nigeria are Chelsea and Man U. Eventually become a Super Eagles fan. That means BP will just finish it for this one. Look at the Iheanacho. Why would they call Iheanacho? There is other young players, even in our league, that is in form. Iheanacho, he went to Sevilla. What have he done? He's not in form. I don't even think he has started match.
Yeah,
so
he has played a couple of games and he scored a goal.
All these players, if they are scared of getting injury for their country, that means they are not proud of playing. We look for those that are vibrant, that are ready to sacrifice anything.
Yeah, passionate.
They are passionate to make us happy. But they are like big boys, and they live to line shoulder. They think it's by doing TikTok and selling polo.
All right.
So, and that coach, if anyone tell you that coach is a good coach, the person is joking with their emotion. Can you bring such person?
Okay.
And tell us he's a good coach.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, let's move on to our YouTube channel. I read some of the comments here, and Cletus will be on our YouTube. He's saying Eguavow cannot coach Eagles. What was Anya?
I know.
What I know, and he will be doing in that match beyond 60 minutes. That 5-2-3 formation was crazy. Which coach plays with empty midfield? Oh, okay. And that's Cynthia. Welcome to the show. You say Nigerian teams are playing like the Blues. They are playing like Chelsea. But Chelsea are doing well this season. So I don't know why you're actually linking them with them. That Chelsea are trying this season. Okay, let's stay with the The UEFA National League yesterday game. Let's talk about the English game. That game ended 3 goals in favor of English. Watkins scored the first goal in the first half. Then an own goal from Greece. Then Curtis Jones scored in the 83rd minute to make that game 3 goals. For the final game of Newcastle, after this game, he's going to be going back to the under-21 team. While January, first week of January, Thomas Tuchel will take over that team. Okay, what do you make of January? What do you make of that game yesterday?
For me, kudos to him for asking Kane in the starting lineup and going in with Ollie Watkins. I think Ollie Watkins. Well,
okay, let's take this call before you continue. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Pedro from Graf.
Okay, Pedro, what do you make of that Super Eagles game yesterday?
Yes, that game was very horrible.
I said horrible. Said horrible.
Very horrible because I don't know what he was thinking when he considered that goal. But congratulations to them for qualifying.
Yeah, they've qualified, yes.
After qualifying us, you should go ahead and let us look for a good coach because he cannot take us anywhere.
I think so too. Thank you. I think so. Okay, John, you were talking about the English team. What do you make of that game yesterday?
It's a refreshed, younger, upbeat side. There are a few key players in that game that weren't started, and I'm happy with that decision because this is a good step from Newcastle. English national side has always been fielding the big names, the big stars, the big players, the big egos, and then having young, informed, hungry players eat scraps off the table of these big names. And for once yesterday, in his last attempt as interim manager though for England, he fielded Ollie Watkins as a starter. And look at that, he gave him a fantastic goal. That's good performance from Ollie Watkins, though he took him off for Kane later on in the match. But Ollie Watkins always delivered when you call upon him, giving Rico Lewis that start as well. Look at the likes of
Curtis Jones. I think I was impressed more with Curtis Jones. Actually, he has been playing well. He has been starting for
Liverpool and doing well. So why not give the young man a chance? And the man came in, got in on the goal too, and played a good game. Another one too for Anthony Gordon too, playing off the wings. I was happy with that decision. And Rico Lewis in the side. Rico Lewis usually played off the right back, but but good additions all around.
I want to ask you before you get into that particular analysis. Do you think they play this formation or they play this way because the kind of players that pulled out, say Palmer pulled out from the squad, Saka pulled out, so he has to just make up with these guys and play?
If you are pulling out, just know that there's somebody else to replace you.
Straight up.
That's just one thing you understand with the English national team. It's something you should understand with the Spy. Any big countries know that within domestic league that they have about 300 or 3,000 players that could be in the national team.
Sure.
Then they have other players playing in foreign leagues as well. So in the English team, you have a Gala coming back to the fold after impressing in Atletico Madrid. You have players who has been impressing. Liverpool, Curtis Jones has been impressive so far this season. Introduce him. So they are introducing players based on form, not based on your numbers. We know you're divided by your numbers, but also your current form. And I think Ollie Watkins for me is one of the top strikers in England right now.
Yeah.
And you have to invite him in. And every time they invite him, he's always on the bench. Now him coming into that side, good one for him. If the number of players keep pulling out, there's an Anthony Gordon that could seal the left side. There's a non-Imadoke from Chelsea that could hold on to the right part of the wing. So these are two front forward, left and right is occupied already. You get, during the Euros, I said it, Anthony Gordon should be given the opportunity to play from that left. It's his position. But everybody felt like, no, he's too young to play there for the senior team. And now you're seeing him perform so far.
Okay, let's see what England is going to do. Tuchel is going to be taking over from January. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
From Transit.
Okay, what do you make of that Super Eagles performance yesterday?
My brother.
It's the voice for me.
First of all, they should have removed their shorts completely. And let us see those dilapidated undies they were wearing on the pitch. Why could you be dressed in that manner? And you couldn't even make any significant impact in a game like this. Not even a single useful cross from the two of them. In fact, I was so annoyed yesterday that by the time I stopped watching the match. Then coming to the topic of Ihanacho, that one still find himself according to his name. He still find. Now find himself for inside pitch. But somehow I don't even blame him. I blame the coach who is featuring somebody who is not playing regularly for his club. And this has been the bane of having indigenous coaches.
Yeah, true that.
I don't know why you should invite Sadiq Umar, invite Ilhan Acho, people who are not doing well at the moment in their club. So how do you get to push them to improve their performance at club levels?
Yeah.
When you do this kind of thing and feature those kind of players, you're even discouraging those who are doing well in their clubs.
Okay,
True that.
makes sense.
So which means they can actually strut into the team without performing well in their clubs. So this has been the bane of most Nigerian coaches when they handle the national team. You keep inviting people who are not performing at their clubs.
Okay.
So that yesterday's match was, in fact, it was worse than an aberration. If Grenada had gotten a second win against the team,
it would have been very bad.
my brother.
All right, thank you very much.
You too.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's move on to our YouTube channel before we talk about other games in the UEFA National League. And Anacletus will be saying English team like the French team have nobody to miss. There are thousands of players as good in every position. Okay, talking about France team, the French team drew that game yesterday. You know, we are talking about if they are going to miss Mbappe, if they are not going to miss Mbappe, if they are going to miss Mbappe, if they are not going to miss Mbappe. But yesterday they had 24 shots, 71% possession, 745 passes, and 90% of them were accurate, but no goal.
Thank you.
Did they miss Mbappe? Yes or no?
1,000 times yes. 1,000 times yes. And haters, I'm ready for you wherever you are. 1,000 times yes.
It's a big no.
A big
because
yes.
Last you check the Euros. Mbappe did the tournament to full time. He played 90 minutes on most of the matches. He no turn up. So did they miss him now? No.
They did. 1,000 times yes.
Okay. In that game, France actually played well in that game. It's just that they were lucky in front of goals.
See, when we talk about missing an Mbappe or missing any star player in any team, you ask yourself, what's the difference between using a regular knife and using a surgeon's scalpel? The difference is day and night. The difference is day and night. A regular knife can only do so much, but a surgeon's scalpel is precise to the millimeter, or millimeter is even too big, to the direct destination. And that's what you missed yesterday. How do you create such chances and then fail to make them back against Israel? Come on, man. Against Israel, if we were Italy now, I would have said, okay, let's man. Against Israel, for crying out loud. And you want to come and say they didn't miss him? No, come on, man. They did. They did.
Couple with Griezmann retiring from international football, I think missing both players at the same time. You know,
they did, no doubt.
Two major firepowers are missing in this game. Kolomwani, that's really.
Did they miss Mbappe? No.
Come on.
They did.
Their last 3 games, did they miss Rabiot? In the midfield, they did miss him a bit. Now look at this game. Did they miss Mbappe? Yes, they did. They missed him a bit. They also
thank you for saying yes.
They miss Mbappe, yes or no?
You cannot
in general,
deny
no.
it. You cannot deny it.
In general, no.
Don't
hug me.
In
general, no. Because look at the way they played yesterday.
I know you want to be an antagonist.
No, I'm not missing. Calm down, just understand.
Be calming down.
There was a time. I think the Israeli side came out to play. I don't know what was in their head. What they were thinking. They wanted to play a high line. In that position, you need a Griezmann to pick a forward pass.
Thank you.
And you need an Mbappe to run through that forward pass.
Thank you.
Now these 2 players were missing in that particular 2 or 3 times scenario. Where they needed someone to just pick up a cat pass and see someone running at the last line of defense and send that pass forward in between defenders, and the player is catching it after the defense line. But they missed that particular play.
Okay, David.
But in general,
Thank
because
you.
they held on to the ball for long,
Interesting.
they did not miss Mbappe.
Interesting comment here on our YouTube channel. Remember, guys, we are live every day on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. And Anacletus will be saying they did not miss Mbappe. They lost against Italy with Mbappe. They won Belgium without Mbappe. With or without Mbappe, they perform. Yeah, they perform. I think what they lacked in this game is just goals. Okay.
Who created the chances for goal? Nobody.
Okay,
who has those goals for the country, man?
Okay, let's talk about the other game that happened in UEFA. Is Belgium 0, Italy 1. Italy is another team that has been building gradually. They have been building. Tonali scored in the first half and they locked shop.
I'm happy my prediction came in. I said it yesterday. You guys were against me that Belgium were going to win, blah, da, 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 and all that. But look at it now. Sandro Tonali with the goal. Lorenzo with the assist and a win nonetheless.
Okay, that win happened. Italy are building. Let's see what Italy is going to be doing. I think they are gradually. Spalletti is actually building that team gradually. They are going back to their former glory. I think a generation of big stars came in, and all those generations died off once without these younger players. If you look at the Tonali, look at this. Tonali is their star. This he plays for Newcastle. But if you look at Italy, then you see
he was one of the team that
the only
almost...
thing missing in this Italian side is the the fabled, would I say right or left foot now, because it was very adept to both foot, a striker in the mode of Del Piero.
They missed a whole lot of players. They had Totti, they had Cambiaso.
You're talking about just the thought.
That's the finishing work now, because when you're looking for a goal in that match,
when you want to pick a starting 11 and you're picking your midfield from Roma, you're going all the way to Inter to pick your defense. You're going all the way to Juventus to pick striker. You know, at the 4 big teams in Italy then,
they had stars.
They had star players, and it was always a selection headache for the club.
Okay, that game ended in favor of Italy winning that game away. Good result for them. Okay, let's move over to South American qualification, World Cup qualification. It happened yesterday, and Venezuela and Brazil played at a 1-1 draw. Paraguay 2, Argentina 1. Messi and his team lost that game. Ecuador winning 4 goals to 0 against Bolivia. But let's talk about the Brazil game first. The other game happened first before the other games. Our guy, Ballon d'Or, supposed Ballon d'Or winner missed a penalty, and that game ended 1-1. It's not in favor. Both of them shared 1-1.
They shared the point. I think Vini requires some time away from the spotlight right now, because it's not going to do his confidence or his image any good. With him missing a penalty and missing a couple of chances in the game yesterday, and it's sad to see, but I think he could have done with sitting this game out. And I wish this was the same thing that Nigerian players did for us yesterday. If a couple of them that came in and put in a half performance for us would have sat out from that game, other players would have taken their spots and gotten us a better result.
Okay, what do you make of that Brazilian game? What do you make of it?
When you have strikers like Jesus up front, you have what's it called now?
It's not Jesus.
No, it's not Gabriel Jesus. Any name Jesus.
Okay.
It's not Gabriel Jesus. Any name Jesus up front, it becomes a problem for me.
Godwin was almost triggered right now.
I don't understand. Like,
that name. I've seen defenders. If you are a defender and your name is Jesus, I understand. Jesus Naves, all of them. I understand you're a good defender. But if you're a striker and I see Jesus in your name, you're no good at all. You are not saving anybody. Just retire from football. But you have a striker like that in front, and you say he didn't really get most of the balls. Then you have a Rafinha in the midfield that went on to get the goal, and you ask yourself, what is actually the Brazilian side doing?
You can have all the right pieces.
You don't have a
you can
defensive
have all the right
midfielder.
players, but until you put them the way they should be played and utilize them the way they should be utilized, you keep missing. And I think this is where the missing link is for Brazil. You have all the right pieces, but you do not utilize them the right way. How do you assemble an infinitely gauntlet and then you put them in the wrong positions, man? It doesn't work. You have to put them in the right position, play the right way, and then utilize these players to the best of their abilities. I feel like Brazil would need a coach change in the near future, if not right away.
Okay, another game that happened yesterday is Paraguay winning Argentina 2 goals to 1. Argentina, they hardly lose games, but this game they lost that game, even though everybody was expecting them to win. But they scored first, but Paraguay ran around and scored 2 goals in the 19th minute and the 40th after the second half to win that game 2 goals to 1.
Well, when you were saying Argentina win, I said as expected, because I feel like this Argentine side, they have something, the driving force, and it's not really there during the friendly games. It's not really there during the qualifiers. They don't have that force. It was maybe you see it maybe in the main competition, the main tournament, but throughout the qualifiers, the road to the World Cups, you don't see them always winning games like that. You don't see them see off games. They come in like as if they have themselves shot on the foot. They come into the games like, okay, these people are there to fight, and let's just give them the chance to prove that they can be in the competition rather than us, and they end up qualifying for these competitions. I feel like this was a game Argentina could have won easily. They could have just won this game from the first whistle, but they didn't.
Okay, John, do you think that they are still the powerhouse? They are going to qualify for this particular. They are going to qualify for the World Cup, but can they retain that World Cup? Do you think this squad can retain that World Cup?
I think they can. Everybody has an off day, one way or another, and I feel like they need to go back to the drawing board. Simple.
Okay, that game ended 2-1 in favor of Paraguay. That's once in a while, Argentina loses a game, and sometimes when they lose the game, they go under 10 games without losing the game. But let's see what they are going to be doing again. Okay, this is how we are going to end in today's show. Thank you for joining us on today's show. Thank you for the calls. Let's hope that the Super Eagles will do well in the future. If I get to get a new coach, I don't know, but we need something to change. The way we play football is boring. We are toothless. We don't attack well. We don't defend well. We don't do anything well. So let's see if we are going to get a new coach, or if Eguavoen and his team can turn this thing around. Okay, before we go, the last news: Roma has confirmed the signing of Claudio Ranieri.
Awesome news.
He's back at the club to the end of the season. Let's hope if he's going to turn this ship around. Good luck to him and Roma. All right, guys. See you guys tomorrow. A whole lot of things to talk about today. They have games today. Portugal is playing. That means Ronaldo is playing today. So we are going to be analyzing that tomorrow on the show. Have a wonderful day. My name is Godwin. Signing out.
Hello, Enugu, and welcome to Volt 104.3 FM, where music meets the voting.